David, I know TRL were involved in developing the regulation, the general safety regulation, feeding information into the European Commission on how that regulation came together.
Indeed.
How does ISA, the Intelligent Speed Adaptation Systems, work with other safety systems on vehicles to improve safety?
Yeah, so just to note that Euro NCAP have been encouraging fitment of ISA for a number of years. So there's a reasonable proportion of the fleet does have ISA available already. Not necessarily quite the same specification as required by the regulations. And as you noticed, yeah, the regulation allows the driver to switch the ISA off. It will restart automatically the next time the vehicle is switched on, so it defaults to on. And actually, when people have done studies, the system defaulting to on and controlling the speed rather than just giving a warning is actually what drivers like best. It's the one that's most comfortable to use and it's easiest to use, and it just gets on with helping you stick to the speed limit. It's very straightforward and simple to use. But going back to your question there, the general safety regulation, yeah, the ISA is really important to all of the measures that are there. So there's something like 17 vehicle technologies that are brought in by the updates to the general safety regulation. And there's a very complex cost-benefit model behind that. So normally you look at the costs and benefits of a vehicle technology before you bring a regulation in. It's got to be cost beneficial before we can bring a regulation in. But this would bring a whole package in of different measures. So we had to work out how we had to make sure we were only saving each casualty once.
Yes.
So there's quite a complex model there, and it's built in layers. So ISA and a few other things are at the top layer, and then when those are effective, that reduces the target population for the next layer down, which is collision avoidance technologies such as automatic and emergency braking. And then when those are effective, that reduces the target population, the people you can still save from things like improved crash structures in the vehicle, or the improvements to the windscreen area for the pedestrian safety regulation that I was mentioning as well. So an ISA enables every single one of those technologies below it to be more effective. If the vehicle is at a lower speed, it's within the speed limit, then the AEB has more chance to avoid the collision in the first place. The crash structures have more chance to protect the occupant, and the pedestrian safety part of the regulation has more chance to save the life of the pedestrian. So it's absolutely fundamental to the whole picture.